Hello creators! Today I'm thrilled to share a ComfyUI workflow that I built. This workflow can take a low resolution image and recover it to a clear, super resolution version. The final result is a much clearer and more detailed image. Let's kick things off by looking at some example images generated by this workflow. Here's a low resolution portrait. Now watch how the magic unfolds. Notice that the composition stays the same. Let's zoom in and take a closer look at her face. You'll see her facial features hardly change, right? Now let's check out another example. Look at all the details on her winter hat and sweater. The original image size is just 350 by 350 pixels, but the final result is 2104 by 2104 pixels. If you extend the running time of this workflow, you can even make the image even larger. Here's another low-resolution image, measuring just 448 by 448 pixels. After we apply super resolution restoration, the image size jumps to 2688 by 2688 pixels. My workflow is based on the ComfyUI DiffBIR GitHub project. I suggest giving this project a star to support the author. It's a great way to show appreciation. As the author mentions, DiffBIR is a fantastic super resolution algorithm. It not only handles super resolution, but also performs face restoration and image denoising, making it a must-have. Before you dive into my workflow, be sure to visit the GitHub page to install the custom nodes and the pre-trained models. The author has 3 basic workflows available, and mine is based on the super resolution workflow. You can also grab the other workflows for face restoration and image denoising. Just a heads up, these workflows sometimes produce images that lack fine details, especially on the skin. That's why I tweak the basic workflow to enhance those details, enabling you to generate even larger images through tailed upscaling. Now let's see how to use my enhanced workflow. In the first group, you can upload your image, set the upscale ratio, and generate a prompt for the uploaded image. Just remember, the upscale ratio you set here is for DiffBIR in the next group, not the final upscale ratio. You can set a different upscale ratio in the final group to boost your image even more. The core group is the second one. Here, the DiffBIR sampler has the upscale ratio already set up in the first node group. This sampler supports tail sampling, which is super handy for computers with low VRAM. If you run out of VRAM, you can lower the values for tail size and tail stride, or even reduce the upscale ratio in the first group. The positive and negative prompts are super important in this sampler. The blunt super resolution works a bit like how we imagine missing details in a low-quality image based on our past experiences. These prompts help improve the accuracy of that guessing process. When you are crafting your prompts, don't forget to add specific words to control the image quality. The recommended CFG value is 4. If you increase this value, you'll notice fewer artifacts, but the generated image might lose some consistency with the original. For example, this could affect the consistency of the face. On the flip side, if you lower the CFG value, the image may become blurrier and lose some details. Sometimes you might still see some artifacts. If that happens, try changing the seed and generate another image. When we compare the generated image with the original, we can see that the DiffBIR sampler does a great job, but there are still many details that can be improved. Now let's move on to the next group. This is where we set the flux models for the upcoming 2 groups. I've also added a turbo LoRa to speed up the sampling process. The next group is meant to fix bad hands, but it's optional. In this case, the hands generated by the DiffBIR sampler look good enough, so we can skip this group and head to the final one. The final group is crucial because it lets you upscale images while enhancing details. First, pick which image to upscale. Image 1 is the one generated by DiffBIR, and image 2 is the one where the hands have been fixed. After that, you can set a different upscale ratio to further enhance the image. Keep in mind that different upscale models can change the details of the final image. Some common models include 4x face-up depth, 4x normals 8K, and 8x NMKD faces. The Detail Daemon sampler is specifically for enhancing details. You can customize how much detail you want using the detail amount parameter. If you want to skip detail enhancement, use the fast bypasser node. For the scheduler, I recommend using SGM uniform. Just remember, this scheduler might alter the composition in the final image more than the exponential scheduler, but it's easier to bring out details. A denoising strength of 0.2 usually works well for enhancing details while maintaining enough consistency with the original image. Now let's check out the final image. This image looks a bit off. Some skin areas have a lot of details, while others have almost none. This can happen depending on the level of detail in the image generated by DiffBIR and Upscale models you choose. To better restore the skin details, you can use a workflow I shared in my last video, which is specifically designed for creating realistic skin textures. Alternatively, you can play around with different settings in this node group. Let's try out various settings to get different skin textures. I chose 8x AMKD faces as the upscale model and exponential as the scheduler. I cramped up the detail amount to the max and set the denoising strength to 0.8. This combo will give you detailed skin while keeping good consistency with the original image. It's important to note that DiffBIR isn't perfect. Its slicing ability doesn't always nail it. In this example, you might notice some artifacts on the women's earring and ring. This happens because these items are unique, and DiffBIR might not have similar ones in its training data. To fix this, I inpainted those areas using a workflow I created for adding more realistic details. You'll find the download link in the video description. Now here's the final image. I hope this workflow proves helpful for you. I'll keep bringing you more ComfyUI workflows, so feel free to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.